I'm really happy to be here. This is something I do on a regular basis all around the States and really internationally. I got back from Tokyo here first part of December, giving a clinic. Those kind of clinics are a little tougher because I don't speak any Japanese and they don't understand English. So sometimes there's a little disconnect there with the game of basketball. Glad to see some good friends here from England. Coach Mike here has been a long-time friend. We worked camps years and years ago. Well, I shouldn't say that, just years ago. You look a lot older than me too, Mike, by the way. Lewis and Ronnie up there, they worked the camp together at Llewellyn Dane Camp, and it's a great pleasure to be here. I don't make a lot of guarantees, but I'm going to guarantee this. You're going to get your money's worth out of this clinic. You're going to get your money's worth out of this clinic. And Vanya, if they don't get their money's worth, you're going to give them a refund, right? So see Vanya for a refund if you don't get your money's worth out of this clinic. Like I said, I don't guarantee too many things, but I want to guarantee that. Just a real quick about myself. I coached high school basketball in the States for 42 years. Of those 42 years, I've had some really good championship teams, and I've had some very average teams. And that's kind of the way basketball goes. You know, you're going to have some really good years, and you're going to have some years where the one-loss column may not be what you like it. But sometimes those years are as good as coaching as the really good championship years. Some of my favorite teams have been when we finish, 16 and 14, but we thought we were going to, finish 8 wins or 9 wins. Those are the most enjoyable because they kind of exceed your expectations. So you're all in those same positions. I mean, you're not going to have the same team every year. A lot of times you don't have the same. Your team changes from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on what happens. So you want your teams to get better as the year goes on. So after 42 years of coaching, I worked with USA Basketball since 1998. I coached in the Hoop Summit. That's a game where we have our best players play against the best international players. And in 98, we had a game in San Antonio, and I coached our USA team. We had a nice team. Wasn't probably one of our better teams, but we played against a person on the international team at that time was not very well known, by the name of Dirk Nowitzki. Anybody hear that name, Dirk Nowitzki? Yeah, we all know who Dirk is. Well, we did a hell of a job on him. We held him to 34 points and 25 rebounds. So that was the making of Dirk Nowitzki. He was drafted really high after that. So that was my first involvement with USA Basketball, and then they asked me to coach some other things and been involved with their junior national team since 2009. Our first team in 2009 was really a nice team. We had Brad Beal with the Wizards, Andre Drummond from the Pistons, one of my favorite all-time players, Quinn Cook, who was on the Warriors roster right now but played for Duke for 4 years. Then you're going to see Jason Tatum here Thursday night if you go to the game. He's one of my all-time favorites as well. We had Jabari Parker. So all those guys that have been they're probably in the NBA we've had along the way. And we get them when they're 16 or 17, and that's a great age to get those kids. They're a little bit unsure yet how good they are. So I've been very fortunate to coach those players at a young age. So that's a little bit my involvement. I know I get a question all the time is how do you advance in the coaching profession? Well, the first thing I always tell people, if you want to advance in the coaching profession, and sometimes it's be careful what you wish for, because advancement may not necessarily be a older group or going from college to high school to college or whatever. So kind of be careful what you wish for, but you have to do really a good job where you're at. If you're coaching 8-year-olds, you better do a good job with your 8-year-olds if you want to advance in the coaching tree. Because people notice. And if you don't do a good job of where you're at, you're probably not going to get a chance to do other coaching gigs and responsibilities. So that's the first thing I tell people. You got to do a great job of where you're at with what you're doing. How many in here coach 12 and unders? Awesome. Great age to coach. Okay, how many coach 13 and 14s? Good. We call that our middle school age, junior high age. And I'm going to tell you right now, I want to see again how many we got. 13 and 14s. If you coach this age group, how many 13 and 14s we got over here? Whew, too many. There's a special place in heaven for that age group. If you coach that age group, it's a great age group. They're full of energy, but to me that's a tough age group to coach. So, but it's also a really important age group. How many coach 14 to 17-year-olds then? Boys or girls? Okay. Then how about older than 17? We have coaches that coach. Okay, good. Got a good mixture. So I'm going to kind of give you a sample today of coaching skills that are applicable to all age groups, because you don't really grow out of a skill. I mean, once you teach a skill, I'm going to teach a skill to these guys today, you don't really leave that skill. You have to go back and repeat it. So I'm taking an example of Jason Tatum, where Jason Tatum is really, he's developed into a really good three-point shooter. But does that mean we don't work on his shot anymore? No. We repeat it over and over again. So the skills you work on, you don't forget. You got to go back and review and repeat, because repetition, and hear me say this, repetition is how you develop skills. If you don't repeat skills, they're not going to get any better at it. So keep that in mind as we go through this. The first part, we're going to do some ways to develop skills. I think that's really important. Second part of our session tonight is going to be on practice plans, conducting a practice. And I think that's, if you're a coach, your practice time is unbelievably important, and how you organize that practice time. Okay, so first of all, my first year of, right out of college, I was a head coach. And I thought I knew everything. I played basketball in college, and I thought I pretty much knew everything. Well, that first year, I found out how much I didn't know. And the more as I coached, I learned how to really navigate things that I thought were really important. But the first year I coached, the team I took over was 0-36, and I thought we were going to be 0-20 again, but we managed to get some wins that first year. I'm not sure how. I look back at my practice plans, and I'm going, really? This is how I did it? So I went from that. After 42 years, I took a job. After about 35 years, I took a job at a fairly good big high school. It was very athletic, but it was terrible boys basketball program. So I had to do something to change our culture with that program. So here's what I did. First thing I did is I went down to watch what my 8, 9, and 10-year-olds, what they were doing, how they were they developing skills. And here's what I saw. It was an hour practice, and we're talking about 9 and 10-year-olds. The first 20 minutes of practice they spent in calling set plays. Horns, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. And, they looked pretty good 5-on-0. Here's these little 9-year-olds running all kinds of sets. The next 20 minutes, they spend just some free shooting, throwing the ball up. Not really a lot of instruction, but they were getting some shots in. And then the last 20 minutes, they played 5-on-5 full-court basketball. This is a 9-year-old. And I'm watching this, I'm saying, here is the reason that their high school teams are not very good. They're not developing any skills. They're doing set plays, free shooting, and then scrimmaging 5-on-5. There are no skills, zero skills were being taught basically. So we had to revamp our whole program with our youth teams. So here's what we told them. And I think this is valuable for no matter if you're coaching high school, whatever. But I think first thing we said is you got to play man-to-man defense. That's number one. No zones. Maybe zones at 13 and 14 mix in. But man-to-man the whole way, 4 quarters. I think that was really important for us. If you want to win a ball game, what are you going to do? If you think you want to win a ball game, at that age, you're going to have, and I know everybody's got this, you have a player that's bigger than everybody else. Generally, I've seen a lot of youth teams, and they're going to put that big player, where are they going to put him? Yeah, they're going to put him, plop him right here, aren't they? Put his hands up, and they're going to make you shoot from 10 or 15 feet. This big kid is going to get every rebound because he's bigger, and he's going to dribble down to the other end, and he's going to shoot 5 times, and he scores. And the other 4 players don't even have a chance to touch the ball. Don't tell me that doesn't happen over in England, because that happens everywhere else I've been. So if you want to win a game, that's what's going to happen if you have a big kid. But you're not teaching anything. There's nothing being learned. So we said you've got to play man-to-man defense. Principles of man-to-man defense. How to help. Guarding the basketball. That's got to be in your repertoire of skills. Second thing is you must develop skills. Must develop skills. I'm talking at the 8-year-old, 9-year-old. I'm talking at the 13, 14. I'm talking at our junior national team level. We have to develop skills. It's not just a one-level area. Now, the skills may look a little different if you're coaching 8 or 9-year-olds and how to teach it, but you better teach skills at those. And we've gotten away from that in the United States. Our kids, we play way too many games. We play about 6 games for every 1 practice. And you're not ever going to convince me that's a good way to teach the game of basketball. So we have to revise the thinking a little bit, and I think we're making some headway in that. So you must teach skills. Now, are you guys ready? That's a yes or no question. There we go. One of them said yes, coach. I really like that. Who said yes, coach? Oh, now they all raised their hand. Yeah. No, you didn't all say yes, coach. Just 1 or 2 of you. So there are 3 skills I think you got to work on every day in practice, no matter what level you coach at. 3 skills. And the first skill is footwork. You must spend time on footwork skills. I don't care if you're coaching our national team or if you're coaching a group of 8-year-olds. Unbelievably important, because footwork is what dictates how well you can perform skills. It dictates how well you perform skills at the next level, and it dictates how well you become as a player. All right, so give me all you guys come up here. Go down the baseline. There we go. I want 5 lines of 3 in a line. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, yeah, we have 14. I thought we had 15. Not bad. All right. So, every time I do, players, and I'll talk about this at the practice session, players will milk you for time, won't they? And they're going to take time and get in the drill or whatever. So my coaching point is I start counting backwards, and you notice what I did when I started counting backwards? They at least made a great effort to get in their lines. Now I don't know what would have happened if I did get down to 0. I've never gotten down to 0 yet. Something would happen, but I haven't decided what yet. Okay, so we got 5 lines. I want to start out with the footwork drill. The first footwork drill we want to do is we have to teach young players and older players basically how to run the court. Everybody wants a fast break, but nobody knows how to really run the court. So I want you to put both feet on the black line, the first people in line, first group in line. And when I say go, I want you to take a positive step. So in other words, I want you to push off of one foot and yep, just like that. Might be a little bigger than that. Yeah, okay. Okay. But now what most players do this. When I say go, they drop a foot here and then go. Have I gone anywhere? So when I say go, if I do this and this, I've taken a step, and where have I gone? I haven't gone anywhere, have I? What's your first name? Ralph? Rel. Spell it. R-Y-L-E. I won't remember that, so you have to tell me again, okay? So when I say go, first group in line, you're going to step out in a positive step. Okay? Ready? Go. Okay, very good. Again. Ready? Go. Okay? Now we're going to run off that step. So back. Now when I say go, you're going to run to the other end. But you're going to take a positive step. Go. Keep going. Next group. Watch their footwork. Watch their footwork. Ready? Go. Ready? Go. Okay. Most of them did what? What did most of them do? Here, here, here. So they're taking a full step, haven't gone anywhere. So you're teaching them a positive step is really important. You think it's a little thing, but in the course of a game, it's huge. All right, again, now, this time, what are you thinking? What's your focus? Positive step. Go. 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 Okay. That was a little better. You were focused. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make jump stops at 3 places. So you're going to run and stop at the free throw line. There's only about 500 lines out here, so we're going to try and dissect. I think this is a free throw line. Is that right? You think the black line is free throw line? Okay. What's your first name? Lewis? I thought there was only one Lewis in England. Okay, so we're going to run and stop at the free throw line. Ready? Go. Good. Now, look like a player. Show me what a player looks like. Knees are bent. Very good. Where are your hands at? Yeah, there you go. Above the waist. Just above the waist. Very good. You a little nervous? Good. Give me 5. There we go. So, when you tell them to look like a player, they know what a player looks like. They're going to get down in position. Is this a comfortable position? Is this a comfortable position? Not really, is it? It's out of your comfort zone. Basketball is a game that you got to play out of your comfort zone a little bit. You know, I don't do any of you guys, you know, if it's comfortable, none of you guys walk to school like this, do you? You? No, you don't. So it's an uncomfortable position. So legs a little wider apart, wider than the shoulders. There we go. Hands above the waist. That's it. Perfect. Now, when I say go, you're going to the half line. You know what the half line is? Terminology? Half line, okay. You're going there, make a stop. Next group's going to come right here. Go. Good, positive step. All right. Okay, look like a player. Next group, are you ready? When I say go, then you're going to go, right? Okay, first group, you're going to the other free throw line. Go. Much better. There we go. Yeah, I agree. You can't tell. There's only 85,000 lines here, so choose the right black one. There you go. Okay, and you'll go to the baseline with the next one. Whoa, 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 whoa. I want you to look like a player, hands above the waist. That's it. Not bad. Go. Okay, now don't be spinning your tires and dropping a leg back. Go. Go. Okay. So, I mean, we're doing this with Jason Tatum and Brad Beal, and just how to run and how to use your body. Most young players don't know how to do that. Okay, now what we're going to do, I'm not going to go through these a long time. I'm just going to give you short. At the half line, we'll face the crowd. So across this white line right here, I want the same lines you're in now. 5 lines of 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, a half. There we go. Now, first person each line get a basketball. I'll talk about this at practice too. Be careful as a coach that you don't repeat stuff over and over and over. Because I'll tell you what, they won't listen to you the first time because they know you're going to repeat it. So you say it one time so they listen to you the first time. And then, if they don't, then we have some other fun drills that we do. But you have to condition your players to listen to you the first time. So when you're at a timeout and you're in a close game and you're trying to draw up a play and you don't have time to repeat things 2 or 3 times, can they all go out and at least execute what you put in? That's a skill. Listening is a skill. And how you coach listening is really important. Okay, I want, what's your first name? Lewis, I got it. Left hand dribble out to this green line. Go. Stop. There you go. There's 4 pivots you need to teach. You got to teach 4 pivots because these pivots happen all the time in a ball game. So first pivot is you got to have you're going to swing your left foot reverse pivot. You're going to swing. Very good. Is your coach here? He's done a good job. Did he teach you that or not? No, he didn't teach you that. Okay. Wow. Okay. So now you're going to make a pass to the end of the line, and you're going to walk. No. Run to the end of the line. There we go. Left hand dribble. Left foot, reverse pivot. Very good. Go. Okay. All right. First players in line to have a basketball. Same thing. Ready? Go. So you're teaching a reverse pivot. Left foot reverse pivot. Very good. Okay, stop. Whoa. Go back. When I say stop, finish the drill. Okay. So if you're in the middle of a drill, you finish it. Coaches, get your players to finish drills so they finish plays. So when a shot goes up, they don't just stand there and not get the rebound. Have players finish plays. So now we're going to go left-hand dribble, out, just you. And we're going to do a right foot reverse pivot. Yep. So now we're doing 2 reverse pivots. Pass and a line. Left-hand dribble, right foot reverse, good. Now when you stop, dribble out. When you make a stop, knees bent, make the pivot, good. How are you going to fix that? Protect it. All right, show me how you're going to fix that. Yeah, there we go. See, they're smart enough to figure it out. So a lot of times I will say, like I asked him, how are you going to fix that? So they have some input into what's going on. Now you're going to make a pass in the line. So we're going to let's go right hand dribble, right foot reverse pivot. Go. That's it. Good. Stop. Second one in line. What's your first name? Amari? Get the ball. Come out here, Amari. Start that green line. Dribble out here. Right hand dribble. Stop. Right foot, reverse pivot. Now, I like the way Amari, and this has got to be taught. It's part of a skill. I like the way he's taking that ball back on the hip. Some of the other young players are putting the ball out here too far, raising above their shoulders, but we get that ball in triple threat position. That is a skill that needs to be taught at a young age. Triple threat position. Okay? If you put the ball above the head, to make a pass, what can the defense do to stop you from passing the ball?
They can jump. Like if I pass it, so they can jump.
Well, if I can't jump, what am I going to do?
And then put your hands up or get close.
Get close, right. I'm going to stick my bad breath right in your face, okay? So what happens is, this is a position that a lot of kids get into, and I would venture to say, keep in mind that you look at your team, when they first pick up the basketball, this is a position they like to have. So we say this is a I can't play position. Because what's the only thing you can do?
Turn.
You've already turned, picked up your dribble.
Nothing.
You can turn, well, you can do one thing maybe.
Pass.
Can't shoot it, can you? Can't dribble it, can you? So if I'm up right here, you're telling your mom, everybody in the stands, look at me, I can't play. I can't play from this position. So keep the ball down in triple threat. I can play in this position. Okay, go back in line. Nice job. Okay, so now we're going to dribble out right hand, do a reverse pivot right hand, right foot, reverse pivot. Go. Okay. Other right foot. See it? Right foot, reverse pivot. Think about what your right foot is. That's it. Good. Nice job, big guy. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Right foot. There you go. Attaboy. Good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right here. Keep going. Face me. Right foot. Reverse pivot. There you go. Learn to coach while the drill's going on. You want to flow to practice. Okay, stop. Good. What's your first name? David? I like that, David, because I only told you to do it right one time and you did it. So nice job. Way to pick it up. Okay, so you have two reverse pivots. The other two pivots are front pivots. Right hand dribble. Good stop. Right foot, front pivot. Yep, right there. Pass. So you got, same thing. So if you don't teach the pivots, it's hard to do them in ball game. Ready, go. Right foot, front pivot. See it? Good. Okay, left hand dribble. Keep going. Keep going. Left hand dribble. Left foot, front pivot. Good. Okay. Now, when you're in a drill, I'll mix it up as we're doing it. So, keep going. Right hand dribble. Right foot, reverse pivot. Good. Left hand dribble. Left foot, front pivot. Nice job. Nice job. Okay, stop. Okay, so that's how we'll teach the pivots and the footwork and the stops. I don't care if you're a national team player or you're 8 years old. This is a drill you need to do every day in practice. It doesn't have to be 20 minutes long. It can be 5 minutes, depending on the level of the players. Okay, go down underneath this basket. Hustle down. Very good. Another really good footwork drill. Give me 7 players out here. 7 players in one line underneath the basket. Get in one line out here. First 3 in line have a basketball. Okay. We talk a lot about footwork, developing footwork on the catch. So we're going to take a hard step. This rim to rim is called the rim line. Okay? So terminology-wise, when I say rim line, am I standing on the rim line? Am I standing on the rim line? No. So you have to be aware of that. So we're going to take a step. We're going to go to our left. We're going to take a one step away from the rim line, and we're going to meet the pass out here. Now, footwork-wise, when you catch the ball, this might be one of the toughest things to do in the game of basketball if you're playing against a team that denies and the footwork part to it. So I'm going to catch the ball facing the player that passed me the ball. Okay? So I'm going to make a hard cut, and I'm going to pass away from where the defender might be. Now, how am I going to square up? Okay? There's two ways to teach this. Inside foot pivot. So this foot is closest to the rim line, correct? Right? So I'm just going to catch, pivot here. So which foot can I move? Left foot, right. Okay. The other way, and this is something you kind of have to decide, the other way is having a permanent pivot foot. So if I catch the ball right here, and I'm right-handed, I always like to have my left foot as my pivot. Okay, so how am I going to pivot to make my left foot my pivot foot? Right here. Okay? So I keep my right foot free. Shooting foot is always free. So 2 ways to teach footwork catching the ball at the wing. All right? So if I catch the ball right here at this wing, I'm going to catch the ball facing you. Now, inside foot is what? Left. So I'm going to catch and square up right here. You know, I might go here, catch and square up, but my left foot's my pivot. Okay? So, kind of as a coach, I think you kind of have to go through what's easiest for you to teach, what's easiest for your kids to teach. So this drill, and I'm not going to tell you really I'm just going to tell you to square up. You can use either, whatever pivot foot's comfortable for you, you do that. We're going to go right here. Pass. Oh, wait, square up. You're going to take a step away and you're going to cut right down here. Don't pass it. Okay? Right here. Then you're going to come out to the end of the line. Okay? You're going to take a dribble that way, give it to the next person in line. Then you're going to be the next player that comes off this way. So step. Pass. Yep. Catch. Square up. Cut hard. That's it. Right here. Go. Good step. Yep. Cut. Good job, big guy. How old are you? 14? Go a little quicker now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He went on this side, right? So you go the other side. That's all right. Catch, square up, triple threat. Cut a little harder now. Front at the top, cut a little harder. So you can get a lot of catches, you can get a lot of pivots. They're doing the pivots that we just did in our line drills. Catch, pivot. There's no, basketball is an easy game when you do the skills correctly. It becomes hard when you can't do skills. Okay? So they're doing a nice job here with this. Okay, now I'm going to tell you, I want your inside foot as your pivot both ways. Pass. Yep. That's a travel in the States. That's all right. I know it isn't over here. Okay. Cut. There you go. Inside foot. Very good. Let's go. There you go. Inside foot. Very good. Inside foot. Very good. Okay. Nice job. See it? A little quicker. Good. Okay, hold it up. Hold it up. These guys are doing a great job. Give them a hand. Perfect job. Okay? So now they're learning how to catch the ball in a position where they can do something with it and catch and square up and be ready to play. You know, if you can get that much done, I'm telling you, if you can get that much done and have your kids understand how to do that, you've accomplished a lot. You've accomplished a lot. This is a great skill to have. Okay, now what we're going to do, how many players, we get this all the time, when a player passes the ball, what do most young players do? They're ball watchers, aren't they? They just stand and watch. So a lot of our drills, we really want them to move after the pass. So however you do that in a drill, I think that's important because there's a lot of ball watchers. I go back to Iowa and I coach my eight-year-old grandson's team in practice. And they were playing 3-on-3. And you know what? The players, they'll figure things out. They're playing 3-on-3. So I'm asking, his name is Owen, you're guarding me. Ball's out there. I'm asking Owen, all right, Owen, how do you know when to make a cut? He goes, well, he says, if I come out here and I can't catch the ball, I'm just going to go back to the basket and he's going to pass me the ball. How awesome is that? 8-year-old figures out what to do without us telling him everything. Okay? So he says, I just come out. If I can't catch the pass here, I just go to the basket. He doesn't know that's called a backdoor cut, but he just learned a backdoor cut. So put your players in a position where they got to figure things out. I think that's really important. And the best way to do that, 3-on-3. If you're playing 5-on-5 at ages 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, if you're playing 5-on-5 at that age, you better restructure your practice because you're not getting a lot out of practice playing 5-on-5. I know your games are 5-on-5. I know all that stuff. But if you really want to teach the game skill-wise, you're going to play a lot of 3-on-3 in practice. Okay, so we talked about footwork. Second thing, what are we doing on time-wise? Good? Okay, yeah. We better be because I got a lot more to do. All right, so here's what we got. So the first thing you do is you work on footwork. I just gave you 3 different ideas on how to do footwork, but really in all your drills, you work on footwork. In your shooting, you work on footwork. In your passing, you can. So the second skill that you need to work on every day in practice is passing and catching. So if you think about the best team that you played last year, the team that gave you the most problems, it was a team that could pass and catch. I will guarantee it. Those are just the best teams. They can pass and catch. So one of our favorite drills. Now, don't mistake me because I think technique is really important in passing. But I think more important in passing is focus, communication. Because sometimes we're going to give up technique for focus and the ability to see players. So technique, I think, might be a little overrated in passing because, right here, if I'm guarding you and you're looking to pass the ball to the wing, okay, and I'm right here, what kind of pass? You can't just pass straight through, can you? So what kind of, show me how you would get, okay, over the head or off the side? Show me. Okay, that's one. Show me another way how you'd get, okay. What'd you do with your foot? Yeah, pivoted, step out. We call that a step out pass. So we're going to step out wider, get lower, look like a player. There. Now we're going to make a pass. Okay, now make a bounce pass. So I'm a defender. You're going to step out. There you go. Make a bounce pass. So we're putting them in a position where they got to figure out what kind of pass to make. Back again. Okay? You step out. Now what are you going to do?
Could go out or could come back.
Or I could come back, or what else? Yeah, you got it right.
Come back through.
Yep, you can step through. So you can step right through right there. Yep. So you have three really different ways to pass the basketball. And you know what? They have to kind of figure those ways out. So now we're going to just step out and make the pass. Yep. Okay. Now step through and make the pass. Step out, step through. There you go. Very good. Okay. So passing is a technique that involves more focus than it does really technique. Now, obviously, with young kids, you throw the fingers at your person you're passing the ball to with thumbs down. That's important technique. But once you get through that, I think then you need to develop the focus. Okay, let me have 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, you guys are catching on. Nice job. Hey, give yourselves give somebody in your line a high five or fist pound. Tell them good job. Okay, good. Give me the ball here. Part of your big job as a coach is to develop your team being good teammates. So a lot of times in practice, we'll just tell them, hey, give 3 guys a high five, fist pound, tell them great job. I think that goes a long way in developing really good teammates. Now, you're going to go to your right. What's your first name again? Johnny. I'm going to call you Johnny. It's just easier, okay? Johnny, you're going to pass to Jack. Johnny and Jack. All right, that works out good. You're going to pass to Jack. There you go. You're going to run towards Jack, and you're going to get the ball back. Pass the ball back. And now then you're going to hand off to him. Okay, as you're going to him, you're going to hand off. Okay, take it again, Johnny. So we're going to pass back. Now keep going. Don't stop. And hand off. Okay. So Jack, you're going to go to. There you go. Have you done this before or not? Huh? Have you done this drill? Okay. Go. Pass back, hand off. Pass back, hand off. Pass back, hand off. Pass back. Pretty good. Getting the hands developed. Good. Okay, stop. One of the key things is we tell our players, you catch the ball with your eyes. It's one of my favorite terms. Catch the ball with your eyes. So you're looking it in. Young players, tell them to show the letter W to catch the ball for young players. So if you pass me the ball, what's your first name? Amari. Is your dad here? He's your coach, right? Yeah, all right. I love coaches' sons. So I'm going to show the W, and you're going to pass the ball right here. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So that's an easy way for young kids to, grasp the fact that, hey, I want to put my hands up, show the W. When they get older, we tell the passers, just pass it their head. They'll catch it. They're not going to let the ball hit themselves in the head. They'll catch it. Now, you're going to your right. Same thing we just did. Amari, right? Okay. Ready? Go. Pass back, handoff. Very good. Pass back, handoff. Good. Great warm-up drill. Great pre-game drill. Okay, stop. Ball over here. Just a minute. Now, basketball is a game of distractions. So you better have some kind of distractions in practice because they're going to get distracted in the game. Don't try and coach every second in practice because you can't do it in the game. Okay? So now we're going to do the same thing, only watch your basketball. Going to your right. Go. Good. There we go. Keep going. Okay, stop. Now I want you to call out the name of the person you're passing to. You know everybody's name? Call them Joe, Billy, whatever. Okay? Doesn't matter. Now, do you guys see anything wrong with your lines? Ah, there we go. Okay? So, see, without me telling them, they're figuring it out themselves. Instead of me saying, hey, one guy come over to this line. You tell them, is there something wrong with this line? So you're getting them locked into what you're doing. Okay? Same thing. Go. Call out names. Call them any name. It doesn't matter. As long as it's a nice one. See it? See it? Have some fun with it. There you go. Okay, keep going. We're going to add a third basketball. Right here. Go. Go. So you're making them communicate. All right, stop. Awesome. You get a basketball. No, don't give him yours. There we go. You know, there's one sitting right there, in case you didn't. It's too late, you already got it. Now we're going to go 4 basketballs. Can we do 4? We can? Okay. Now, the key to it is what? What do you think the key to this drill is? And not mess it up? Reaction. What else? What else would be a key to this so you don't mess it up? Speed. Communication. So put your players in a position where they got to communicate. I don't know about you guys, but communication is always a big factor for us, getting kids to communicate and talk. Same over here, I would imagine. It's just hard to get players to communicate. So we're putting them in a position where they have to communicate. Okay? You're going to your right. Ready? No, whoa. Second player in line. If you're not watching, what's going to happen?
Get hit with the ball.
Boom! Then you're going to be down. We're going to have to carry you out, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ready? Go. There we go. Nice job. Louder. Communicate. Louder. Great job. Stop. Good job. Give them a hand. They did a super job with it. Ball. Ball. Now we can add some different stuff to it. You're going to go to your right. When I say change, you're going to go the other direction. So here's how it's going to look. So pass, run, pass back. If I would say change, what would you do? Boop, pivot, right here. Pass, go to the end of the line, and you're going that direction. Okay? So every time I say change, you're going to go opposite direction. Got it? Okay, you started that one? You're up here. Ball starts right here at the corners. Okay? Ready? Go. Change. 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 Good. Hold up. Really good. Now we're going to go 4 basketballs. Same thing. If you're sitting in the first 2 rows over here, just keep your hands up because you know what's going to happen here. Okay? Which way do we always start? Which way do we always start? Okay? Ready? Go. Change. Change. Okay, stop. Give him a hand. Nice job. Very nice job. Okay. Did you notice what happened when they kind of got bogged down a little bit? What happened? They what? Yes. They started, somebody or several of them started to communicate. So now you're developing a little bit of leadership in your team. Who's the leaders in your team? They recognize what needs to be done. So great job on that one. So that's a passing drill that we really like to do. Let me have a couple full court things we're going to do. Let me go 3 lines here, 3 lines at the other, 2 lines here, 2 lines at the other end. Corners, corners, corners. Awesome. So you see what they're starting to do now. They're making sure their lines are even without me telling them. They're doing a great job of getting the spots. So I want 2 balls started here, 2 balls started there. This is really just a very simple passing, shooting drill that I think is really important. You're going to take about 1 or 2 dribbles up to this red line. You're going to meet the pass. We're going to make a 2-handed chest pass. Now we're going to sprint down. When he gets inside the 3-point line, you're going to pass back to him. And now we're going to take a dribble or 2 and shoot it. Okay? Are you a good 3-point shooter? Yeah. You are. They all say that, don't they? They're all good 3-point shooters. All right. Well, you can shoot any shot you want right now, okay? Because you're not my player yet. All right. Okay? No. So as soon as you pass him, you're the rebounder. You're a shooter. Whoa. What the hell was that? Is that an English layup? My goodness. We have to put a dribble in there. I don't know about you guys. Okay? All right, so take a shot. There you go. Now, bring it back again. That looked a lot better to me. Anybody attend the officials meeting before this? Nobody? Good job. You're going to take a jump shot. So just take 1 dribble and jump shot. Okay? Now, you're going to, ooh, nice shot. You're going to go to the line you pass the ball to. You're going to pass the ball to this line and go to that line. Okay? At the same time, you're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay? 1 or 2 dribbles. You're going to meet the pass. You're going to run down, get the pass back, 1 dribble, shoot it. Are you a 3-point shooter? At least you're honest. Nice job. Okay? What are you going to do after you pass? Going to get the rebound. Then where are you going to go? Go that line. Very good. Okay? 2 balls here. Come back to this line. Who started over here? There you go. Okay? So both sides at the same time. Got it? Ready? Go. Rebound it. There you go. Go. As soon as he catches it, go. Good. No layups, jump shots. No layups. Watch how they're rotating lines. They're doing a pretty good job with it. As soon as you get it, you're going. Okay, stop. Stop. Finish it out. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't say start. You're already over here, right? Okay? So you like competition too. What do you think the number one question is I get from NBA scouts about players we've coached? I mean, they can see what kind of people they are, what kind of players they are. What do you think the number one question is that I get about a Jason Tatum before he's drafted, or a Jabari Parker, or any of those guys? Josh Jackson. Does he compete? Exactly right. That's the first question I get from NBA scouts. How do they compete? Are they competitors? Without a doubt, the best competitor, I should say there's two of them, but the best competitor I ever coached was Josh Jackson. Plays for the Suns this year. Unbelievable competitor. I've never had a player that can compete with anything he does as much as he does. The second one, Brad Beal. Brad wanted to win every shooting drill. He wanted to win everything he did. He wanted to compete at. So I think you have to teach being competitive in your practices. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for 1 minute, and your goal is to get. Generally, we get our goal for our national team is 15. Our goal for my high school team is usually 13 or 14. So let's see if you guys can get 13 in a minute. Okay? Somebody time me for a minute? Anybody got it? Lewis, you got it? Okay. All right, so guys, you're going to try and your goal is to make 13 in a minute. Ready? Somebody count that basket? Number made at that basket? Okay. Somebody count the number made at this basket. Okay? Ready? Go. $30? Okay. 30 seconds. $10. Okay, stop. How many? 8 made. 8 out of 13, not bad. How many was 3? This basket must be a little more friendly, huh? 8 and 3. We got any guys that are really good in math here? Are you good at math? So 8 and 3 is what? 11. What was our goal? 13. We didn't make it, did we? Come down to this end. Okay. Now, as opposed to what some people think, that there are never any losers, and in the game there are losers. I'm telling you, there are. That's part of competition. Not everybody here is going to get a medal or a trophy that's this high if you finish last. So if we don't reach our goal, there's got to be some accountability to what you're doing. Accountability is a big term for me. So if we don't reach a goal, what we're going to do is we're going to run to the free throw line area and pitter patter. Okay? As quickly as you can. You like to do this one, right? You're lying. You're all lying to me. Then I'm going to say go. You're going to go to the half line and do the same thing. Okay? Go. So it's not a big deal what they're doing, but they have to have some accountability for not accomplishing the goal that you set forth. So I think that's really important again. Oh, I forgot. Go. There we go. Stop. Good. Nice job. Go back on the baseline. Okay? So that's kind of how we would run our that passing drill with competition in it. Now, give me same 2 lines back down at that end. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. Let me have you start right here with the basketball. I want the first player in each line have a basketball. Why did you throw your ball? Because you're the first player. There we go. Okay. Second player in line have a ball here. Second player in line have a ball. Okay. We're going to make 2 passes, and we're going to score a layup. So we're going to go 1, and then you're going to sprint the other way, 2 passes, layup, stop. You're going to take a layup. You're going to follow your pass, get the pass from the first person line here, and you're going to shoot a jump shot. You're going to shoot a jump shot. Okay? And you're going to take a layup. Well, as soon as you take a layup, you're the middle guy going back. So you're going to shoot a layup, and then you're going to get the ball, and you better start running here. 2 passes. Attaboy. Layup. Now you're coming back this way. Okay? Rebound your own shots. It's all right. That's all right. Whoa. Yeah, you're taking a layup. Okay, now you're going the other way. Good. Pass, 2 passes, layup. Middle guy coming back. See it. Layup, very good. Well, middle guy. There we go. Whoa. You weren't the first one in line. Okay, keep going. You adjusted. Stop right there. Whoa, stop right where you are. Go back. Okay. Basketball is a game that's overcoached and undertaught. We try and coach everything. Teach the game, let them figure things out for themselves. Okay, so now we're going to do this drill. I need a timer again. Lewis, you got the time? Our goal is to get 20 made baskets in a minute. Okay? Including the layup, jump shots, 20 made. Okay? You're not in the middle. We don't need you in the middle. You ready? How many passes? 2. Very good. Now, if you need to take a dribble to get a better angle, then take a dribble. So if I pass the ball right here and you're going there, I need to take 1 or 2 dribbles to make a better pass. I'm going to do it. Okay? Okay, so we're going to see what happens here. You know, players want a fast break all the time. So you have to teach them how to pass the ball in a fast break situation. And you have to teach the ball how to shoot the ball when they're going in a fast break situation. And this drill is really good at that. All right, ready? Go. 2 passes. Attaboy, big guy. Good. That's it. Follow it up. There you go. Good. That's what I figured out. How much? 30 seconds. Stop. Count it. 10 at this end. 10 all together, both baskets. Whoo! Did you count right? I know you did. All right, we only got 10. Back down here on the baseline. Where's Jimmy at? Huh? Johnny. Where's your Johnny? What are you gonna have to do to since you didn't get your goal? What do you think your team should do? What's that? Tell me how far. One down and back, or just down? And back. Okay, go. See, I don't really care what they have to do. Makes me no difference what they have to do. As long as they have to do something to be accountable for not getting a goal. So a lot of times I'll just ask them sometimes it'll be 2 push-ups. It doesn't make any difference. Just as long as they're accountable for what the goal they didn't get. All right, guys, we're 0 for 2 on our drills, right? We're going to get this one. Give me 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, obviously, do we do that drill with the 8-year-old team? Yes. I do it with my grandson team. They're 8 years old. Do we do it with our national team? Yes. It looks different, obviously. But, you adjust it for the age group you have. So my 8-year-olds, as I make a pass, I'm going to tell them to dribble across the half line to make the pass. So you adjust the drill to develop the skills at your level. Our national team, we don't tell them ball can't hit the floor. So they make a pass right here, it's a pass ahead, catch, layup, and the ball can't hit the floor. So you adjust. That's the neat thing about teaching skills. Skills have to be taught at every level, but you have to adjust the skills to your age group, but they still have to be taught. All right, now, I want 2 balls starting at this end, on this side. You're going to make 3 passes back and forth with the guy in the middle as you're running down the court. Just a minute. As you're running down the court, you're going to get the 4th pass for layup. Okay? Again, my emphasis on this is sometimes it can be the layups, sometimes it can be the passing, whatever. So we're going to pass the ball back and forth. How many times? Well, 1, 2, 3, layup. Stop. Whoa, whoa, whoa. If you made the pass for a layup, you're the outlet guy. So you're right here. The other side, you get the ball out. Shooter, you're going up the sideline. Right here. And you're going to take the ball out of the bounds. Just a minute. Are you going to take it out right there? There we go. Very good. You figured out that if I take it right here, not a good choice, is it? So we're going to pass the ball, and you're going to say what? Outlet. Say it again. Outlet. They didn't hear you. Outlet. There we go. And what we like to have you do is call outlet pass. We're working on a fast break now. We want your back and your butt to the sideline. So we're going to go right here with it. Outlet. And then we're going to pass the ball. Baseball pass. You may take a dribble. Baseball pass to the first person line right there. Okay. First row, be careful. I've seen these curve right over there. Okay. So ball's over there. Go back down. First group again. Ready? Go. 2, 3, layup. Not bad. What do you play cricket? Is that what you play over here? You don't like cricket? I've only seen one cricket game and it lasted for 3 days. What's that deal? Game that lasts for 3 days? Unbelievable. And then there's no winner. Then they decide, well, let's just stop playing. Unbelievable. All right, you got it? So when you get the ball back, then you're going right away on this side. Give me that second basketball to start with. Yep. We want to add that in right now. So work on passing, catching, layup, outlet passes, baseball pass down. Got it? Go. 1, 2, 3, layup. You know what do you not do right? Tell him. Do it again. Let your players coach them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Go. No. Start on this side. Yeah. So who's going to take the layup? Attaboy. When they know they're going to shoot, they know they're going to shoot, don't they? It's great. Layup. Good. Go, big guy. It's all right. Awesome. Keep going. Whoa. What? Very good. Come over here. Let's stop. Take it out again. I like him because he caught what he did wrong right away. So now you're going to say what? Uh-oh. Do it again. They didn't hear you down at the other end. There. Baseball pass. There, we got it. Stop. Okay. So you kind of got the hang of the drill. Doing a pretty good job with it. What's your first name again? Joey. It's just a lot easier. Hey, now we all have, and I tell you what, Joey, I love you. You're 14 years old, right? Look at that frame. I mean, by the time he's 16, 17, he could be all right. But you know what? Too many coaches that coach players like him, they'll never get in the game. So here's little Joey, who could be really good, and this is one thing we had to tell our youth coaches. He's never gets in a game because the coach is worried about what? Winning the game. That's sad. So he's not developing players. So little Joey, big Joey, sitting on the bench, never gets in a ball game, doesn't get his chance to develop skills. In practice, he's the one that maybe messes up the drill, is a drill buster. We got drill busters. Yeah, we all know what a drill buster is. But that's why it takes patience to be a coach at that level. So what I'm telling Joey is, you're gonna play in some minutes in games. We're going to develop you. We're going to be patient with you. And you're going to be a good player in 2 or 3 years. That's your job as a coach. So develop those skills. Okay, so now we're going to have 2 basketballs. Here's the scoring. If you make a layup and it hits the rim, 1 point. If you make a layup and it swishes through, it's 2 points. Okay? If it hits the bank board and goes in, 2 points if it doesn't hit the rim. So you want to take a regular layup right off the backboard. If it hits the rim, You get 1 point. How many points would that be? You are a math whiz. How many points is that? 2 points. How many points is that? 0. Okay? So our goal is to try and get, let's try and get 15 points in a minute. So what are we doing here competition-wise? Our focus is making good passes. Our focus is to not only make a layup, but we're focusing in on making a perfect layup. So we're making that focus a little more difficult for the players. Okay? Somebody's going to count at that end. Somebody's going to count this end. Okay? Give me time, Lewis. Ronnie? Okay. Now, when the first group gets to half court line, you're going to start. So if you're standing in line watching, what's going to happen? Boom! You're going to get hit with the ball. Because where's that ball going to come back to? Where's that ball going to come back to? This side. Who's going to catch that first basketball? You? No. You? No. There's 2 balls here. You're going to be the first one to catch that first basketball. Got it? Yes, Coach. There we go. All right. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, go. Layup. Outlet, big guy. There you go. Baseball pass. No, you're supposed to catch that ball. There we go. It's all right. That's all right. Get it worked out. Get it worked out. Time out. You're supposed to be on the other side. Hurry up. Get over there. Throw the ball back over there. I love it. I love it. I love it. Figure it out. That's it. Good. Got it organized again. Stop. Whoo. That was okay. You know what? They're learning. They're learning. How many points did you get down here? Anybody count? Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. 9 points? You know, for what it looked like, 9 points isn't bad. Hey, you guys did a great job, though. First time you ever did it. I noticed as the drill went on, what did you have to do? Communicate, all right? So we're going to see if we can get better than 9. 9 wasn't real great, was it? But it wasn't. For the first time, we'll get it. So we need to start with how many basketballs over there? Well, the ball's not going to roll over by itself. There we go. Okay? We're going to get, what's our goal? 10 is your goal, because I said you got to do better than 9. Awesome. Ready? Go. This looks a lot better yet. Nice job. Stop. Stop. How many? 11. Good job. Give them a hand, guys. Awesome job. Okay, you can see just in just in the second time they did it, how much better it was. Can you do this with an 8-year-old team? Absolutely. Do it with a national team? Absolutely. This is good passing, catching, running. Those things you have to work on. Passing and catching you got to work on every day in practice. Every day. Footwork, passing and catching. And the third one is you got to work on in practice every day. What do you think? Shooting. Got to work on shooting. Did I lift out defense, rebounding, all that stuff? That has to be a part of your practice. But those three things you got to do every day in practice. Give me you come on out here. Give me a basketball. Actually, scatter out here, face me. Scatter out, face me. I want to say ready. When I say ready, I want you to get the ball in a triple threat position. Okay? When I say shot, I want you to shoot just like you're shooting a basketball, okay? With no ball. Ready. Shot. Ready. Shot. Ready. Shot. Ready. Shot. Ready. Shot. Okay. Shooting is a muscle memory reflex, which means that the muscles have to do the same thing every time. Does it matter they don't have a basketball? Not really. You can become a better shooter because those muscles have to do the same thing every time. Give me a basketball, please. Oh, there we go. It's all right. I'll take another one. I guess I won't. Okay. Okay, come here. Best drill we do to start with young shooters. First of all, if you're coaching a 7, 8, 9-year-old team, it would be very advantageous if you use 8-foot baskets. How many do that? Anybody use small baskets? Couple. Okay. Because what happens is, if you don't, 8-year-old, these lines out here, they like these lines, don't they? For some reason, they love these lines because that's where they're going to shoot behind. So they're going to get out here, and they're going to eye the basket, and they're going to have their left foot forward, and they're going to crank her up. That's the way you guys used to shoot, isn't it? Don't lie to me. You're smiling. You know it. That's the way they shoot. So what we have to do is reprogram what they're doing. And if you do it with an 8-foot basket, that's a much better way to teach shooting than it is for an 8-year-old at a 10-foot basket. It just is. So one of my drills is that we do is we put the ball on the floor to start with. And then we'll have the player, and this is same for junior national team or whatever, the shooting foot must be ahead of the non-shooting foot. So if I'm right-handed, my left foot should cut my right foot in the instep. You can't shoot the basketball if I'm right-handed with my left foot forward. Now, Stephen Curry does once in a while. But, he's Stephen Curry. So I haven't seen, not that you guys are bad, but I haven't seen Stephen Curry's out here. You're close to it, though. No. So we set the ball down with the panels in the correct way. Because young kids will shoot the ball like this. The panels are there for a reason. The panels are there to help with the hand placement. So we'll set the ball down, right foot ahead. We will bend the knees, pick the ball up. As soon as we pick it up, we start the shot process. So for young players, I think that's really important. So what I'm going to do is give me 3 lines. Actually, give me 2 lines here, 2 lines at that basket. I want 1 ball at the front of each line. So put the ball down right here. Line behind the ball. Line behind the ball. Line behind that ball. Set the ball down on the floor. Get in a line behind the basketball, like this. Okay? Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to set the ball down. You're going to bend over, put the shooting hand on top of the basketball. And then you're going to, as soon as the ball comes up, your knees are bent. And as the ball comes up, what do your knees do? Straighten up. So the whole part of your body is in a straight line. Okay? Go ahead and do it. Go. Bend over, pick it up, shoot it. Bend over, pick it up, shoot it. Get your own rebound, get it back out. Next guy does it. I think this is probably one of the best drills that we do to develop shooting, just because now you're getting your legs into your shot and you're starting your shot from down all the way up through. Okay, very good. Hold it up. Give me, what's your first name? Amari, come here. Give me a basketball. How old are you?
14.
14. You're a pretty good player.
Thank you.
You know that?
Yes, sir.
I like that. Absolutely. Got some confidence. Okay. Now, as you pick the ball, put your hands on the ball. Stop. I want your thumbs in different panels. Okay. Now, is that too much under the ball? Yes. So where would you move it to? Attaboy. Okay, so the thumbs should never be in the same panel. So as he picks the ball up, his thumb here and here are two separate panels. Actually, if you spread this a little bit, move this hand up a little bit. There. This makes a letter T if you connect the thumbs. So we always say, show the T, up and shoot it. Okay? Up, now shoot it. Now, do it again. These are just some shooting techniques. Up, stop. If you close your right eye, can you see that gentleman right there wave his hand?
Yes.
Okay. Close your left eye. Can you see him?
Yes.
Okay. He's a two-eyed shooter. Here's what the problem is. Some of your players will have their forearm blocking. Don't turn your body, just move it. Yeah. Now, put your ball up. Now, close your right eye. Can you see him?
No.
No. Open both eyes. Can you see him?
Yes.
He can still see him out of both eyes, but he's not really looking out of both eyes. So this window here has got to be looking through the window with both eyes. Otherwise, he's a one-eyed shooter. One-eyed shooters are really, it's difficult to break that habit because they bring that, I'm not going to mention it, well, I'm going to mention the name. Lonzo Ball is a great example. I mean, he brings that forearm right in front of his face, so he has a difficult time with the basket because he only sees the basket out of one eye. He doesn't see the basket with two eyes, and that's a problem, okay? So you don't do that. You're pretty good with that, okay? Now, just shoot. Go ahead and release the ball like you're shooting it, okay? Watch his left hand. Good, pretty good. Do it again. Oh, get your thumbs placed right. Yep, there you go. Good. This is a guide hand. That's all it is a guide hand. Young players, all the time, young players have this habit. That's a habit worldwide. I was over in giving a clinic in Japan the other couple weeks ago, and that's a big problem. So, some way, if you're a young player, you coach young players, you got to break that. We call that thumb in the basketball. Shoot normal, like you would normal. Okay, he's got that thumb pointed straight up. That's pretty good because all that does is guide. If you have a thumber, here's some things we do. We'll cut a piece of cardboard, tape it up right here. He's shooting a ball with that piece of cardboard there because he cannot thumb the basketball if it's taped up. Okay, so put the ball on the floor. Hands on the ball. Thumbs T. There you go. Up. Shot. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so that's just some of the things in shooting that you really have to be aware of. The second part of shooting is from the waist down. How much time do I got on this one? Okay. Hey, they're okay yet for a couple minutes. I checked with them. They're okay. So now to teach shooting, you have to go from the waist down. So we're going to spin the ball here, and you're by the basket. So we're going to spin the ball. You're either going to be a 1-2 step shooter, 1-2, or you're going to be a hop shooter. That's the difference. 1-2 or hop. Young players, we always teach only the 1-2. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 players. Step, step, shot. Why? Why do you think that's advantageous? Huh? The what? Quicker release. Actually, you get a little quicker release in the hop. But, balance and getting the legs into the shot. The only thing that would change in shooting, the only thing that changes in shooting from shooting the ball next to the basket or out here is what? Their legs. Young kids think they have to use their upper body for strength because they're going, good job, instead of using the legs. So, when you teach shooting, show me the 1-2 step. There you go, okay? Spin it out and catch it to yourself. 1-2 shot, okay? That's pretty good. Now, can you hop? Do the hop? Okay. Older players, we show the hop to. Most catch and shoot guys are a hop. Brad Beal's a great example. Watch him shoot sometime if you have a chance. He's a hop guy. So those are two kind of ways that you have to teach with your feet, okay? So you can do this in a group setting, in a mass setting, or whatever on the shots. Any quick questions? We're going to take a little break here, and then we'll come back. I'll go through some practice ideas, how to conduct a practice, and then we'll have some question and answer. I would like to leave about 15, 20 minutes because I know you coach different levels, so I'd like to leave some time for different types of questions that are, that you have, that are key to you, that we can help. Any quick questions right now? Boy, I did a heck of a job explaining, didn't I? No questions. Okay, let's give these guys a hand. They're awesome. Okay, and we'll go 10 minutes. Okay, when I got a whistle here, so when I blow that whistle, I want you all sitting down, ready to go. All right. So I try and change a little bit every year with something that we do. I know some of you have used or seen my ball screen offense that we use. So we've done that for 10 years, but I always try and tweak it a little bit, just so I don't get too bored with what's going on. And as a coach, there are a couple things that you really have to do every day in practice. And I'm gonna go back to saying this, that players don't have bad practices. Coaches have bad practices. Your players will take cue off of how you coach. And if you've had a bad day, and work didn't go so well that day, and you're not fully prepared for practice, guess how your practice is going to be? It's going to be the same way, and you're going to blame the players. It's not the players' fault. And my assistants, Lewis knows a couple of them, when I had at City High, at Iowa City School, they would say, gosh, we just didn't have a very good practice today. I would say, that's on us. That's on us as a coaching staff. That's not on the players, because your players will, like I said, they will take off from what you're doing. So if you run a drill and you're just out here at half court, with your arms folded like this watching a drill, guess how that drill's going to go? It's not going to go very good. You got to be, your players, I always say your players like to have you sweat with them. Now, not that I get in the drill and do all that stuff, but I'm constantly walking around. I don't pick out a spot on the floor. If I'm coaching, I don't want to have the players know that I'm at this spot. because then they get comfortable with where I'm at. I mean, sometimes I go to the baseline, I'll be under the basket, I'll be out front. I think it's important, just little things like that are important for you as a coach to understand that your players will react to what you do. So I think there's two things you have to bring every day in practice. I don't care if your how your day has gone. You got to bring enthusiasm and you got to bring passion. There is no substitute for those two things as a coach. So if you bring those two things in practice, you know what's going to happen to your practice. Your players are going to have enthusiasm and they're going to have passion. So, I mean, I say that all the time, and the longer I've coached, the more firmly I really believe that players really don't have bad practices, but coaches do. So, like I said, sometimes that's hard to do. Now, I want to finish what I just said the last time period. There are 5 musts for youth coaches. Okay, we talked about you must teach man-to-man defense. Second thing was you must develop skills. And we talked about footwork, skills, and that's in shooting, it's in everything you do. Defense is part of footwork. Second thing was what? Passing and catching. One person was listening. Very good. I like that. Passing and catching. And we did a lot of passing and catching drills. Put your players in a position where they got to pass, catch, and communicate. Pass, catch, and communicate. Okay? And the third thing was shooting. Now, are you a coach that spends more time in practice on defense or more time in practice on offense? So let's say you have an hour practice if you're coaching young players. Just think about your practice. What do you spend more time on? If you spend more time on defense, I would like to play your team because I think I could beat you 9 out of 10 times. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I just mean that why would you spend more time on offense in practices than defense? Why would you think that I would? Point of the game is to score more points. But if I'm a defensive coach, the point of the game is to not let you score points. So it can go both ways. It's more difficult. Why? Better offense. Do you think a good offensive player will beat a good defensive player? Yeah, most times, yes. The second thing about spending more time on offense is because what's involved in offense? The ball. You've got to work with ball skills, where defense you don't have to work with ball skills. So out of an hour's practice, I would definitely say you would spend 40 minutes of that practice on offensive skill work as opposed to 40 minutes of defensive skill work. That's just me. I think, over the years, I think I've changed from that. I used to be, by God, we're not going to let you score. Well, I've never shut out a team. Teams have always at least scored 2 points against us. So I've never really shut out a team. But by the same token I think my teams have gotten better over the years because of our offensive skill has gotten better. And it may be different for you, and I'm not saying that's right or wrong. The second thing, we generally start out practice with defense. Why? Why do you think that would be? Any reason for that? More difficult? I'm not sure it's more difficult. That's a good reason, though. Okay, so when you go to offense, you've already worked on your defensive part to it with your defenders. That's a great point. What about your team? Got more energy to start a practice. And so if you spend the first 40 minutes on offense and then you say, all right, we're going to spend the next 20 minutes playing defense. What are most of the reactions? Oh, okay, coach. And that's just the way it is. That's human nature. So if you start out with defense, I think it sets the tone for your practice in a high energy tone, and then you go to offense, which everybody wants to do. Everybody wants to shoot, everybody wants to pass, everybody wants to do that stuff. So now you've kind of constructed your practice where you're going from a defensive practice because you're not going to spend as much time on defense, so you want to get that in where it's high energy level practice with your defense, then go to your offensive stuff. And, your players really can't wait till you get to the offense, so they're doing everything they can on defense. How many of you guys would rather play offense than defense? Be honest. Yeah. You're honest. Joey. There we go. Hey, and you know what? Joey might be a drill buster in practice, but by golly, he's going to get in every drill, and I'm going to make him do every drill. That's the way he's going to get better. I love Joey's. Joey's not going to sit on the bench the whole time for me in a practice. He's going to be out there and he's going to develop his skills because Joey's going to be a pretty good player in another couple years. Okay, so develop skills. And then number 3, must develop skills in a fun way. You've got to make your practice fun. Give me all you guys down the baseline. 5, 4, go Joey. 3, 2. Nice job. Joey, you weren't the last one. Good job. I always tell my players, don't always be the last one. Don't always be the last guy. Sometimes be the first guy. Now, everybody get a basketball. So we're talking about developing skills in a fun way. I was an elementary PE teacher for 15 years. Anybody teach elementary PE? In the schools? Elementary would be 8. Best job in the world. They love you. You play games with them all day. How could they not love you? Okay? So, what we're going to do, have you guys played sharks and minnows ever? Yeah? You're a shark. Get out of here, shark. Okay, move down. Now just imagine that that's Jason Tatum as a shark. And we got Josh Jackson and Jabari Parker. These guys all played sharks and minnows. They loved it. Jabari Parker still texts me and says, hey, I miss sharks and minnows. Well, play it with the Milwaukee Bucks. Maybe they want to play it. Okay, so when I say go, everybody's got to dribble. You're going to try to get to the other end before the shark can touch you minnows. Got it? Go. What is that deal? Huh? All right, get out here. Starting to circle. Now, see, I love this. If I was coaching a female team, and I would say, get in a circle, where do you think those females would go? Right in the middle of the circle, wouldn't they? The boys, look at where the boys are. It never fails. It never fails. It never fails. Get in the circle. The blacks, there you go. I love it. And I love coach females. I coach females in camps, and when you tell them, stand on this black line, they're on the black line. Boys might, touching it. Go! Now you got to keep dribbling. He didn't get you, Joey. Huh? He wasn't dribbling the basketball. There we go. Okay. Now you got you, Joey. Get out here. Yeah. 4 sharks. Get in a circle. I love it. Don't be cheating on me. Go. All right, that gives you an example. I mean, have fun in practice. end up practice with a game of sharks and minnows or dribble tag, or, we play a game called baseball where, you shoot free throws, and you have baseballs, kind of like cricket, only there's an ending. So you make the paths on the baseball field. So make up your own fun games. It's got to be fun for them, because what happens is you want somebody in your team, when they go home and their dad asks them, "Hey, how was practice?" "Dad, it was the best thing I ever did." That's what you want them to say, because then they're going to come back and they're going to get better. They don't want to hear you yelling and screaming at them, because then they're going to say, "You know what? I'm not sure basketball is very much fun." And that's sad. That's sad if it happens to that. So just put some fun in your skills. Good job, guys. Go down to this baseline. We'll use you in a little bit. So develop skills in a fun way. They're getting a lot of skill work in a drill like this. They're how to dribble, head up. They're using all kinds of dribbles. They can, some might have to back up dribble, go behind the back. So they're learning a lot of stuff from a fun skill like this. So use those in practice. Number 4, you have to teach youth movement. And it's a little bit with footwork, but you got to teach them movement. So one thing about the game of basketball, if you watch offenses, spacing is really an offense. So you know how if you coach a group of 7-year-olds, what's the first thing they want to do? They all if he has the ball, they're all right. "Hey, give me the ball." They're all 5 of them are right around the ball. So teach spacing is probably the most important thing you can do for offense. Give me 3 players out here. I love it. Amari was not going to go back, by God. He was going to stay out there. All right. Give me a player at the front, right here on the top. One wing, one wing. Amari, come here. You're not Amari. Are you Amari? You're both Amari. Give me the small Amari. Amari, give me 3, 4 of those little cones, will you? There we go. Put one right here. Put one at that wing, this wing, and one underneath the basket. Okay, so I have a group of 8-year-olds. I got a group of my high school kids. I got a group of my national team players. Here's how we teach spacing. Probably first day in practice, we'll use this. Now, you don't have to have a basketball. You have your basketball out. Your players, make sure they know positions on the court. Make sure they know positions on the court. So we say right wing. This is a wing position. Is that what you call it? Yeah. What do you call that position? Huh? Top? What did you say first? Top? Okay. Left wing. Okay. And in your fast break work, they got to know the 5 different lanes to run on the court. Right here's the outside lane, right outside lane. Here is called a slot. The slot goes from free throw lane line to this volleyball line. It's a slot. So when you tell your guard to bring it up in the right slot, he knows where to bring it up at. Very important. Middle, left slot, outside, left outside lane. Now you're going to pass the ball to the wing. After you make a pass, we're going to take a step away and we're going to cut and touch that cone underneath the basket. Okay. Touch the cone. Now you're going to replace the open disc you're going to fill. Okay? Pass, What are you going to do? Touch. Now you might come out right here, depending on what's open. Okay? Yeah. What are you going to do? Pass. Cut. Fill. Pass. Cut. Fill. Fill. Very good. There you go. Pass. Good. Fill. Good. Okay, just keep going. So you are teaching cutting, passing, filling, spacing. Very, very important. I mean, like I said, we're doing this not only with our 8-year-old team, we're doing it with our junior national team because they don't know much about spacing either. So as we make the cut, we touch, we come back out. Okay, stop. Good job. Now you can dribble the ball to the closest cone. So if you have the top, you can dribble the ball to the wing. And what are you going to do? Touch the cone. You're going to fill. Reverse it. Now what are you going to do? Touch. Fill. You can pass or dribble. Doesn't matter. Okay? So your rule is now you can pass the ball to the open cone or you can dribble it. Now, as you get more action, watch what happens with the guys touching the cone. You get some almost screens being set because they're passing each other. Right there is a good example. Who's going to fill? Good. Come straight out. Now, you don't have to go out to the wing. You can come straight up to the top. Okay? Okay, go. Whoa. Yeah. You're not 6 years old. You don't go to the ball. There you go. Good. Okay, stop. So that's the way we start teaching offensive movement. 3-on-0. We probably will start 2-on-0, where we pass the ball to the coach. You pass here, cut. I would pass back. You would fill. Okay, that's 2-on-0, and then you add 3-on-0 with it. So that's how you're starting your offense. I don't think there should be any screening going on until maybe age 13. Then you can put some screens in there. But I think up until that, you just have to teach spacing, cutting. Don't stand. Don't be a ball watcher. Cut into the basket. Now, give me another cone, will you please? And let's adjust these a little bit. So let's put a cone right here. Very good. Now let me give me another player out here. Atta boy, look at that. First one out there. Come here. I don't care what these guys say. I like you. All right? Now we're going to go 4-on-0. Spacing, cutting, same thing. Are we giving them any rules as far as where they have to go? No. We're trying to teach them how to play the game of basketball in a setting where they have a couple rules, but we don't tell them where to go. Now, they're figuring these things out themselves. Okay? Now, you have the same thing, same rules. You can dribble to the next cone. You can pass, but then you got to fill. No cross-court passes. So you can't pass over to him. Yeah. You can't pass over there. You got to pass to this person here. Okay? Ready? Go. Awesome. Great job. Look at that. Whoa, big guy. There you go. Watch some. I mean, that's excellent movement. Watch the movement. Yeah. They dribble at you. You cut back door. Cut. Oh, whoa, whoa! Don't cut around him. There you go. Good. Now you have. So now you're getting some automatic screens being set as they're going. Phil. Okay, stop. Nice job. Give him a hand. They did it really well. Really well. Okay? So, as I'm practicing, we may start with this in our first offensive. We may do this as a warm-up drill. We may do it as our first offensive possession. Just 3-on-0, 4-on-0. Moving, cutting, passing. So that's, what are we trying to teach here? Obviously, I said spacing. We're trying to teach cutting. Don't be a ball watcher. So I think this is really a great drill. Now we're going to add, we're going to add another cone. Okay. And we're going to put it, we'll put it right here. So now we're going to have a little bit of post play. We do not designate positions. The worst thing you can do, in my opinion, is have a 8-year-old point guard or an 8-year-old post player. No, they're just players. They're just players. So I think until about 14, Joey, what age are you? You're Joey, aren't you? You forgot your name or what? 14, right? Okay. Even Joey, I mean, in a game situation, you want him close to the basket, but I wouldn't designate him as a post player. I'd say, right now they're players. When you get into 16, 17, then you might have to have positions. But I think you guys, international coaches and players, do a much better job of that than we do. We try and put 8-year-olds into this. I go to my grandson's games, and I love the way that they're playing a team. Fortunately, his team doesn't do that, but they're playing a team, and here comes this little point guard. 1, 1, 1. Makes no sense. Okay? Now, you guys can feel, you got to cut to the rim, and you can feel that post play. If you get the ball there, you're gonna turn, pass opposite. Okay? So if he has the ball here, and let's say you're here, pass it in, you're going to turn and you're going to pass opposite, either that cone high or that cone right there. Then what are you going to do? Touch and get out. Yep. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to go positionless. Are you a point guard? No, don't say that. I just said there's no point guards. You're a player. Just say I'm a player. There we go. Like that. Okay? So here we go. Same thing. See how we do. Cut hard. That's it. Good. Dribble up. Okay. That's all right. Stop. Good job. You know why I'm saying you good job? You don't have any idea? Well, you could have posted up. Why didn't you?
Because I saw that space is open.
You saw that space is open. I like that answer. Okay, so here's what we got. I mean, now we're putting 4. It's actually 4 out, 1 in, and you're doing good spacing. Any questions on that? Before we move up, movement, spacing. That's really an offense. If you can get that accomplished, you've done a heck of a job as a coach. Okay, so that's number 4. Create movement offensively. Thanks, guys. Give them a hand. They did a great job. And the 5th thing that you must do as a coach, in my opinion, is the most important thing you can do. I don't care if you write anything else down, but remember this. You must instill the love of the game in your players. Most important thing you can do. Because you want them to be so enthused about playing basketball that they're going to go do what? They're going to go work on their own. Now, I've been in England quite a few times, and the sad part, I haven't seen many outdoor baskets in England. Mike, is there any? There are a few. Okay. So, I mean, that's one thing that I would, if you're going to try and change anything, make some baskets. Put a peach basket up and nail it to a wall and whatever. Got to be some So you want to instill the love of the game so much that they want to play on their own, and they're so anxious to come back to your practice. If you've done that, you've got them. They love the game, and I think that's probably the most important thing we can do. Everybody in here, somebody has made you love the game of basketball. I don't know who it is, but somebody along the way has made you love the game of basketball. Who was it for you? Your dad, okay? Who was it for you? Everyone. You just love the game, right? Okay. Who was it for you? Jimmy Rogers? Okay. Who was it for you? All right. Yeah. So somebody has made you love the game. And you are that person from your team that's going to make your players love the game. That's extremely important in my estimation, and the most important one. Okay, you saw a little bit of what we did with some drills in practice. Let me give you 4 things about developing players. You guys come down to this end. Hustle down. I just wanted to run from one end to the other. Didn't make any difference. Developing players. Anybody here call themselves a basketball trainer? Yeah, good. That's great. I watched a basketball trainer about a month ago. I went to watch a kid work out that we were looking at for our junior national team. And I saw this player, saw the trainer, and he's a good guy. He's a friend of mine. He wanted me to come to this training. So it's an hour training, and he's got like 3 players. And they got a good sweat up. They did a great job working out. But they spent 45 minutes on dribble, step back, shot. 45 minutes on a step back shot. I'm going, dude, how many step back shots is that 13-year-old going to get in a game? 0. I read an article, there's about 2.7, on the average, 2.7 step back shots in an NBA game. And here he's working with 13 and 14-year-olds on step back shots. I go, my God, something's wrong here. Just work on regular shooting and regular passing, the regular skills. So when you're developing players, and you know what the bad thing is? They go home and they tell their mom and dad, hey, you know what? I made 45 step-back shots tonight. Their mom's going, all right, that trainer's really great, isn't he? Oh, don't get me started on parents. All right, 4 things to remember to develop players. First of all, in order to develop players, it's long-term. It's long-term. It's not a short-term thing. It's not like a 2-day you're going to develop a player. It's long-term. It's a process. You got to love the process. These guys, if they're going to become good players, they got to love the process. Daily practice, daily getting better. Right, Joey? What did I say? You got to love the what? The process. I pronounce it process. You say process? Okay. That's the English version, I guess. So it's long term. You got to love the process. And as a coach, you got to, it's not something that you're going to see a big change in on a daily basis. But we tell our players, you know what, you just have to be a little bit better today than you were yesterday. You don't have to be this much better, just a little better. Because in about 2 months, when you put all those little betters together, it's going to be a lot better. So it's a long-term thing. Second thing, skills are taught in a progression. I'm not going to teach an 8-year-old behind the back, between the legs dribble if he can't dribble in a straight line speed dribble. It's a progression. You got to progressively teach the skills. So that's why on that full court drill, we altered how we do it with 8-year-olds as opposed to national team players. You know, they're going to take 4 dribbles up here. You're going to make it so they can do the drill, do the work that you want them to work in an easier manner. So it's progression. You teach by progression. Do you start out? First day of practice, do you start out playing 5-on-5? If you do, you're crazy, in my opinion, because they haven't done anything leading up to that. So what are they supposed to do with that? So we're teaching progression in this drill we just did, movement and passing and cutting. That's a progressive drill. So teaching progression. Number 3, it's repetitive. And some players, they will battle you on being repetitive. You know, repetition, sometimes to these players, repetition is a negative. No, repetition is a positive. It's to develop a skill, it takes repetition. You got to do things over and over and over to become good at it. It can't be just, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to talk about shooting, and we're not going to come back to the fundamentals of shooting all year, but we're going to do it tonight. They don't work that way. So it's got to be repetitive. You never really graduate from a skill. So in other words, we do these footwork drills. We never graduate from those drills because we have to keep doing them again and again and again. Even our elite players have to do those things again and again and again. So it's repetitive. And then the last thing I think we talked about is, it should be fun. Basketball is a fun game. It's a fun game. It should be fun. And so it's got to be fun to play. Okay? Give me half you guys at that wing, half you over here. Now, in your practices, I think you should have I just call it a transition drill. Now, this transition, it's not a full court transition. It's a drill that you do between going from one thing in practice to another. So let's say maybe you're doing this motion drill, okay? So from going to a motion drill, now maybe you're going to a defensive drill. What are you going to do in between those two parts of your practice? Well, we call it a transition drill. So we call this a keyhole shooting drill. Now, I'm going to give you guys a test. And if you can answer this, anybody can answer this, Vanya will give you $20. 20 American dollars. Okay? This is called a what? This isn't the question, but this is called what? A what? The paint, the lane, right? Now, originally, that was called, move aside so they can see a little bit. Or you guys sit down. So behind you. They don't mind looking at your backside. I think it's your butt they don't want to look at, okay? So originally, this drill is called the keyhole shooting. This area right here was called the keyhole. Any idea why? It doesn't look like a keyhole. There's a hole. Yeah, I think there still is. That's how they put the, right? But this does not look like a keyhole. Aha. It used to. So the lane used to be, a little history, basketball history, right? Who invented the game of basketball? An American. Actually, he was not an American. James Naismith, right. He was actually born in Canada, but he developed in America. Well, anyway, the original key was a circle with a narrow line here. So that's why it's called a keyhole. Okay, this is called a keyhole shooting drill. So whenever I say keyhole shooting, this is a drill you get into. Okay, stand up. Now, I want 2 balls on this side. Oh, except the first guy didn't have a basketball. 2 balls on this side. The first 2 have a basketball. Okay. Now, you're going to be the first shooter. So we're going to take 1 step here because we want to set our man up to go to the basket, right? And now we're going to come across the keyhole, the paint, about the free throw line. Now, I want my hands up in what fashion? Showing the what? Showing the W. So I'm right here. I catch the ball. I'm facing the passer. Okay? Now, I got to pivot. What foot do I pivot on? Inside foot. Closest to the basket. Which would be what? I catch. I pivot. Shot. I rebound my own shot. I get the ball. Take it to the line you're going to. So I'm going to this line. You switch lines. Take it to that line. Okay? Then you're the next shooter. Yep. Okay, here we go. Catch, pivot, shot. Good. Get your rebound, get it out. Good. Catch, pivot, shot. It's all right. Good. Left foot up. Okay. Okay, stop. So now look what we're doing. We're reinforcing pivoting before you shoot the basketball because they're catching the ball, facing the passer, and they're making their proper footwork and shooting it. Okay? So whenever I say keyhole shooting, this is a drill you go to. I don't have to organize you. Okay? So let's see. Louis, you got your timer out? Okay, we're gonna go. You got to make 10 shots. We're going to see how long it takes to make 10 shots. Okay? Ready? Go. Good footwork. Good footwork. You guys counting? How many are you making? Good. Good pivoting. There you go. Good, Joey. I like that. Stop. How long? How much? 54 seconds. That's not bad. So next time we do it, your goal is what? 53 or under to make 10. Okay? So that's called the keyhole shooting drill. So this is a transition drill for us. So come down to this baseline. Give me 4 guys out here. We're going to do our 4-man pass and cut with a post. Go. You were going to stay in the post all night, weren't you? He wanted that ball in the post. Okay, keyhole shooting. Okay, so they start. So that's what we call flowing in your practice. Rather than stop it, say, all right, we're going to do the keyhole shooting, and they're watching what's going on.